concept in the Course, and I say weird carefully because it's a very beautiful concept in the Course, but I think it's not a familiar concept. So our concept of forgiveness tends to be, you step on my toe and I forgive you. I forgive you, Scott. Out of the kindness, the bigness of my heart, I forgive you. And then we just sort of extrapolate that. We keep moving that up the line. Bad things happen and we forgive them. And in the Course, forgiveness is a way of seeing the other as if they have not sinned. It is a way of seeing past the sin, the error, the oversight, whatever that is, whatever language that we want to use that, the wrong, the thing that happened. We don't see the brother or the sister as having caused that. We don't associate them with that. It's a willingness to see past harm altogether. It's a willingness to see in all of the things that happen that we would say are bad, wrong, evil, or hurtful as cries for love, and to respond to them as cries for love. The only response to a cry for love is love. That's the only response to that. And the love always is contingent on looking past what happened, past the exchange, past the event, and to the one that you share that experience with. And that's forgiveness. Forgiveness is the ability to see your brother or sister as God sees them, to see them in the light of creation, to see them in the light of love, to see them and to know them as a brother or sister, and not as this separate being from me who does X, Y, and Z, and I like X, but I don't like Y so much. And that's a big lift. Like, it's really hard to go past the event. It's very easy for most of us to say, I've spiritually evolved. I don't hold grudges. I can, I'm going to forgive you for these things that you've done. And that's a thing that happens in the world for sure. But the Course is an invitation to go a step further and to see past the possibility of harm altogether.
Practically, what does doing that look like? Because I'm just like, it's just, I actually have a lot of experience with this. And I kind of came to the same conclusion through a different school of teachings. But I know that people listening to this are like, yeah, okay, that sounds great, but this person just ripped me off and I want to rip their head off.
So one of the things that I always, in my practice of A Course in Miracles, I'm trying to do is when I'm in that space, this person ripped me off and I want to get, I want my money back. I want whatever it is, I want the back. I want to ask myself, what has to be true for this belief system to operate? What has to be real? So have I really lost something here? What has to be true for me to lose something? In order for that to be the case, I really, truly do have to be a body. Like, I have to be this body, this limited contained body. You have to be the body that you are. And there has to be a principle of scarcity, that there's not enough to go around and we've got to be in competition for this. That's a belief system that has to be in place in order for me to hold that grudge. And it feels very reasonable to hold it. I do not deny that. Our default mode is separation. Our default mode is fear. Absolutely. The Course is saying challenge that. So what does it look like in practice? In practice, for me, it's always that invitation to sort of go a little bit slower with what's happening in the world in an attempt to ensure that my perspective is coming from holiness, that my perspective is coming from, as best as I'm able, how does the Holy Spirit see this? How does Jesus see this? How does God see this? That's not easy to do. And sometimes in that space, when one overlooks, when one is able to perceive the other apart from the harm generally resolves itself. But also, we realize that it's not really the harm that's causing us the problem. It's that underlying belief system that I'm a body, that I'm separate, that I have to defend myself, that my brothers and sisters, are not reliable. They can't be trusted. I can't have faith in them. I want to investigate that. And that's a process that evolves in time. It's a practice.
Thank you for checking out this clip. If you want to see the full episode, you can do so by going up here. I hope you have a wonderful day.